But not because of my size.
Geezy's back.
They call him Mr. Big, Mr. Big.
Ayako.
But not because of my size.
Let's close that window. We don't need that anymore. So thank you, Ayako. I mean, great point. Here I am downloading Zoom because his Discord isn't working. And, of course, we're doing this at 9:02 p.m. because it is Vleeties Night in America. Everybody knows the time. It starts right now. It's always started right now. But as we wait for him to hop on Zoom, the American version of Discord, I believe. I mean, it says it's downloading. I'm going to hit this button one more time, see what it does. But yeah, for those who are listening live on Trovo.live/Vleeties, that song was Mr. Big. I actually heard that song at my barbershop for this was many moons ago, probably a year ago at this point. My barber, who I love, who's probably listening right now, left my hair too long, dude. I said ½ inch. My hair is easily an inch plus on the top of my head. So he's been asking me, how do I listen to your podcast? And I showed him. So, hey, here's a shout out. My hair is too long on the top. I love that we listen to that kind of gangster rap music while I'm getting my hair cut. I'm the whitest guy there every time anyway, so it's always fun and it's always nice to have that.
Put that shit on.
JR Ramrod Cast a Hydrate. Look at this fucking mug we got here, dude. This thing's bigger than it's like Big Show's fist full of water over here. So there's plenty to get to tonight once we get our friend Geezy on, because goodness gracious, we have to use Zoom. Ayako says, I'm moving back to the States once you pussies start the revolution.
Hearts Made in Japan
There it
says,
is.
I'm moving back to the States once you pussies start the revolution.
It's going to have to start. It's getting to that point. Although I might be moving your way, Ayako. To be frank, it looks like Japan's the only one that's willing to stand up to woke shit. However, I might have totally changed, by the way. I'm not woke, but I think even the conservative movement is getting lost. The messages are getting lost because I think in my head, someone blew my mind with a Jesus question. I just thought, whoa. And then I guess it all ties into the Bud Light boycott, which I would love to get fucking Geezy on, but we're trying to open Zoom, which I have not opened since probably 2021. So my computer's like, hey, you don't have Zoom. You need to re-download all of this stuff. So why are you trying to do this right now? Your client has been successfully updated. Put that shit on. JR Rammer with another hydrate spell. And then, of course, on Zoom when it's thank you for downloading the new Zoom. You might want to try this new feature or this new feature or this new feature. It's I just want to talk to Geezy on Zoom. I didn't know we were making it. So hard, if you know what I mean. Participants. How do you add him? Invite Zachariah Geezy. Invite. There's an invite. This is going to be awesome. Geezy's Discord is working. He's just being difficult. Good call, Tyler. What the fuck is this? 9:05, and we're still at this point. Okay, admit. Now I got to deal with the setting of actually getting him on screen now. This is a lot. Geezy,
what a clusterfuck.
I did.
Put that shit on. Put that shit on.
I know you're paying a little bit because there are times when I go to open Discord when I'm about to talk to Kevin, and for some reason everything's changed. It's what? How did all of this happen overnight? But as I adjust your settings here, you are here. You decided to do this all right now, but that doesn't even matter, Geezy. You're back. We were off last Tuesday. One of us had a very sick wife, and the other of us lives in Utah. So, yeah, I had to take a week off. Linda was throwing up. She was not doing well. The month of March everybody was just sick. It was an awful month for all of us. But it seems like you've made it. You've come out the other side stronger than ever.
I'm good. Oh God, man, my lighting is just terrible. What are we doing? Are we amateurs?
I mean, when we get here, Kevin's gonna love. So Kevin listens to all of these.
He's gonna rip your ass.
Yeah, he listens to all of these the next day on Trovo. He likes to just have it on, and he gets to watch the whole thing as it happened. All of this is getting cut. We're getting rid of this. This is completely eradicated from the internet. I'm sorry, Kevin. I was out here at 8:40, all right? Even earlier than that, I was out here at 8:30 when I was on the phone with my dad. So I wasn't even, the computer wasn't even on yet. I was, cross-legged, enjoying my night. So are you drinking a beer? Because I got some text from you that, hey, alcohol is probably a thing of the past. So Okay, good. Diet Pepsi.
Pepsi Cola, bro.
Much
He
help.
hate me says hashtags and headlines, baby.
Well, here's some hashtags and headlines then. So that's He Hate Me. My name's Vleeties. That's Geezy. Geezy, are you hearing about Bud Light? Bud Light's making all the trouble these days. I'm supposed to be boycotting my favorite light beer. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I saw it. Do you think Post Malone's going to follow suit?
I think Post Malone
he's
is
the only bigger BL guy that I know than you.
He is definitely still going to be drinking Bud Light. Like he's
But well, dude, he wears dresses. Never mind.
He's definitely part of. I was going to call it a problem, but he's definitely part of like the wave of like, yeah, it's totally fine. And I think a lot of people that are really depressed, like they don't give a shit. They're just so depressed. They're just trying to go day by day and not be dead when they wake up. So I think he falls into that category of like, just do whatever makes you happy because life is hard and I'm going to be dead at any moment. So for those who are unaware, let's break some hashtags and headlines. Bud Light faces a boycott over Dylan Mulvaney partnership. Never drink it. That's from MSN. Why conservatives are calling for a Bud Light boycott. That's from the tasting table. And then the LGBTQ nation, they're saying Bud Light hits back as transphobes lose their minds over Dylan Mulvaney partnership. So for those who are unaware, even more headlines. Bud Light released a new can. Oh, do I want to open these? Sometimes I feel like I should be in incognito mode when I'm about to open LGBTQnation.com. You know what I mean? Like
You're going to fuck your algorithm up.
Yeah, no offense to my LGBTQ listeners out there. I know that you're out there. Welcome. I just, that's the kind. I don't need my internet to think I want more of that. I'm supportive but standoffish. I can do both. So let's go back to that LGBTQ Nation article, which also called for Chris Pratt to be removed from Mario because his church does not support gay people. That's what they say. Only churches that support gay people are allowed in 2023, okay? The Bible has been amended. Somebody said that they gave Jacob like a robe of many colors, so that means he was gay. I was like, what?
If you do look into it, there is some translation issues with the whole
Bible
homosexual part of it, but
well, the man laying with another man turns to ash. I think that's kind of the main one that Christians always like go to, right? They always go to that one. But also, yeah, even just I love like they were saying Jacob got a rainbow robe. That means he was gay. It's like, I don't know about that though. Like was back in biblical times,
it said a robe of many colors. It didn't say rainbow.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they just think that means rainbow. That means gay. Rainbows didn't always mean gay. Like you go back 30 years, it's not like you would see a rainbow and go, that's what gay people. That represents gay people. Like Dark Side of the Moon wasn't like a Pride record by Pink Floyd. It was like here's light passing through a prism and now it's multiple colors. It was actually pretty cool. And yeah, Aaron My Lungs in the chat. Rainbow meant God won't flood the earth. Like that's what the rainbow in the Bible
did mean gay because gay means happy.
That's
we were happy we weren't going to get flooded anymore.
I'm pretty gay today if you think about it. It's pretty nice I had a pretty nice
You're
day.
a gay lord, dude.
So Bud Light hits back as transphobes lose their minds over Dylan Mulvaney partnership. So the beer company gifted the trans influencer a custom can to celebrate her 365 days of girlhood. So how familiar are you with Dylan Mulvaney?
No clue who this is.
So this is a TikToker, and it was a man at one point. I don't know. So hey, look, politically correct people. Again, we're turning a corner here, okay? Politically correct because I remember I got some YouTube comments like bigotry is not okay. So okay, look, Aaron My Lungs, I'm trans, aka suicidal. That's what Aaron My Lungs said. No one else said that. Not I. But so from Dylan Mulvaney, this was somebody that was a boy and then one day got on TikTok and said, I'm a girl now. Here's day one of girlhood for me. And kind of like, remember Richard Linklater had that movie Boyhood where it was like they filmed this movie over 18 years or 12 years or whatever it was. This was the TikTok daily version of that, of a young man becoming a young woman. And Dylan Mulvaney has been on, I didn't know, did you know Drew Barrymore has like a talk show? Oh, I lost audio on Geezy.
Nope,
okay.
I muted myself. I'm an
thank
idiot.
goodness.
Dude, we're starting fresh right now.
They're starting over.
Professionals.
But
We know
Drew
what we're doing. I know
Barrymore
not to fucking mute myself.
Drew Barrymore has like an Ellen talk show.
Yeah,
where she's
terrible.
Yeah,
It's gotta be terrible.
So she like got on her knees and was like thanking Dylan Mulvaney for being like a TikToker. Right? It was a very.
You know why I saw it? Because I saw she was interviewing John Cena, trying to tell him he'd be the best dad ever, and he was like, No, I'm not having fucking kids. I don't
He's
care
like
what you're trying to
45. Is he going to start now? Anheuser-Busch, the maker of Bud Light, for all of you fucking idiots
wait.
out there. What?
If you were that rich, I would not be worried about I'd have kids all fucking day, bro.
I don't know. Would you? Like, you got to.
You have so much money. People just take care of them for you. You just get to like be a grandparent. You hang out and have fun.
How many lawsuits are going to be like your kid saying he never took care of me, or the mother of the children?
Like, get married and have a bunch of baby mamas.
Get a prenup. Anheuser-Busch, the maker of Bud Light, defended its partnership with the trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney as conservatives and anti-trans trolls called for the boycott of the company on social media. Mulvaney announced the partnership in her video on her official Instagram page. Another video featured Mulvaney, who recently completed her 365 days of girlhood. Does that mean like it's over? Or do you think she's going back to being a man? Would that be more exciting? Like 365 days of girlhood and then like 17 years more of boyhood just to really figure it all out. So let's go to this Instagram page because I saw the photos of like the 12 pack or whatever they sent her. Like, I mean, it's just like I would be flattered with this like can. Like if they put me on a can, that'd be like a dream come true for your boy here. And no, you have to be a trans TikToker to be able to get it.
But it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate.
Okay, wait. So I did read a little about this. Happy March Madness. Just found out that. So this is Dylan Mulvaney's caption on the Instagram post. Happy March Madness. Just found out this had
Parts
to do with
made in
sports.
Japan says handsome boy.
Yeah, kind of. Honestly, not a bad looking dude, you know. And you could. No offense to Dylan Mulvaney. Very handsome dude. Is that offensive to like a trans woman when you're like, dude, you are a handsome man? So this is another thing that annoyed me. Dylan Mulvaney, I'm assuming in 20s, is over here going like, I didn't know what March Madness was. Like, I know that there are people that don't watch sports, but if you told me like, what's something like, like it's just pop culture. It's just like advertising. You're gonna know. What I don't watch the Oscars. I know when they happen, and when people say, "Oh, did you watch the Oscars?" I at least know what it is. March Madness is several weeks long. Is there, like I also don't like Dylan's being a troll right now.
Well, I mean, how many followers does Dylan have?
Oh God! Well, this post has 133,000 likes. So yeah, let's just put that in perspective. I want this to play from the beginning.
So a few million.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can.
Look at it! It's a can of Bud Light.
It's a meme, dude.
Look how awesome that is, though. Like you see it, wouldn't you be stoked? I know that I'm supposed to be like, what? They're celebrating like. Kind of like like this. Let's just. Oh, okay. Give me this one, people, before you call me bigot. Okay. This is like
I wouldn't be stoked if that was the fucking picture of me on the front of the can.
Well, yeah, that looks more womanly than Dylan. You know, like
it's retarded.
Tyler in the chat, like hot. Like I was even going to say, this is like a poster of mental illness. Like this is what you
Ariana
think you
Grande
look like.
with Down syndrome.
But Dylan, I support the Bud Light. All right, I'm not boycott. Just let me finish, okay?
And with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers!
You need to get
Go
that
team.
jawline shape.
Whatever
down, dude.
team you love, I love too.
See, like honestly, the trans part doesn't even annoy me. It's the fake, I don't know what basketball is stuff that really annoys me. Like,
and the fake smile. That's like a fucking cutscene from a scary movie.
Kid City says cringe.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
cringe. Like, go team. Whatever team you like, that's my team. Like, can't you just pretend like my name's Dylan Mulvaney and I'm from Wisconsin, so I'm obviously a big Wisconsin Badgers fan, or I like Marquette. Like you can fake like sports. Like, I don't watch MLS, but I'm a big Orlando SC fan because I bet on them during the season. Like you can have.
Put that shit on.
Thank you so much, Rizzo. Yeah, Ayako. Wisconsin wasn't in the tournament. I said Marquette. That's in Wisconsin too. Just because Wisconsin Badgers wasn't there, and she should still fake. She can fake it a little bit. He can, whatever. Elixir bomb from Rizzo.
Bro, he's faking everything. What are you talking about? He's faking his whole life.
Yeah, this whole thing, like it's just, it's all of this is a work. I'm a wrestling fan. I see wrestling. I can spot wrestling when it's happening in front of me, and this is all a work. So yeah, people were freaking out about this.
Like, it's not even that he is a dude, a trans girl, I guess is what you call him, right? It looks like he's had plastic surgery. Like his face is thin. Like, why is it so fucked up?
Oh, I think if we go, first of all, wow, easy, please. I think if you go back a ways, you can find like where it start. Like even like this isn't. Oh, I don't want to have to sign in.
Paywall, dude.
Don't make me sign in to watch stuff. Can you just show me? Log in if you post. Like you can kind of tell like where there is a transition that happens in front of our very eyes, and maybe there is some cosmetic surgery involved. But yeah, you can definitely tell like this was once a handsome man, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a handsome man, be proud that you're a handsome man. Okay, we can be politically correct and sexist at the same time, I think. But yeah, I mean, this is Dylan Mulvaney. I think that is also. I don't want to play that game, but so people are calling for a boycott. People are upset. People are trying to get rid of Bud Light. So. How am I supposed to feel, Geezy? Like, this is my beer, and I almost feel like part of me is like, I know there's a trans agenda. We brought it up before. That's why people were, like, messaging me, like, holy shit. Like, I think even Warzone wouldn't even touch some of the topics we were touching. And, like, I don't know. I don't even, like, I see this, and I'm like, okay, like, I still drink. I like Bud Light. I get what they're doing, but it's also, like, I don't want to like support because obviously the more we normalize the trans stuff, the more we're going to put it into schools and the more we're going to be teaching it to our children. So when people ask, like, I want to, what would Jesus do? Obviously we just lead with the word.
B2 says I drink my beer regardless.
B2, I think I'm on that same train. Am I supposed to boycott anything because of this trans? I still wear my North Face shirt, even though they have that awesome commercial.
Well, I got two perspectives for you, Vleeties. There's one where we're just going to say it's fucking Miller time. but two, yeah, I don't know, dude. You got to stand your ground at some point, Vleeties. I live with somebody who watches Fox News all day, every day.
That's
is
true.
Like the biggest Trumper. And then when Masked Singer comes on, can't miss an episode, and the whole time just complains about how Nick Cannon hates Jewish people and blah, blah, blah. And yet can't miss a fucking episode. It's so frustrating for me.
Yeah.
So if you don't really have that big of a problem with trans people, then who gives a fuck?
Well, it's not even that I have a problem. I think it is just like the idea or the normalization of it where they just want it to be like, they want movies to be, well, you got to have your white person, your cis white, you got to have your gay, you got to have your trans. Like, it's just, they want it to just be like everywhere. Like, it's commonplace, it's normal because that's how I feel. So I need to see it represented in all media, not just all my media. Cause I'm even okay with like I understand when there's movies made specifically for gay people. There were gay channels my entire life. I feel Logo. I always bring that up. I know Lifetime had some gay stuff. Like there were like channels that were just like, yeah, this is the gay channel. This is what gay people watch. And now it's like, well, no. We don't want to have a gay channel because that makes us sound different. We want TBS to incorporate our lifestyle. We want everything to incorporate our lifestyle.
Parts Made in Japan says it's call bet.
What if BET was like like for all the alternative media stuff? So I don't know. Like that's my only thing with it. Like I don't have a problem if Dylan Mulvaney, like anyone is gay or trans. Like I don't have a problem with that. I have gay friends. I know trans people. When you meet them, you try and be as nice as you can. Treat others as you want to be treated, right? Like isn't that what we want to do? And I just think,
well,
when I start,
but you're not treating Dylan with disrespect. I love
Dylan Mulvaney.
I think what makes the thought I just had that I hate about this is like, why didn't they do this for Caitlyn Jenner? Like, why is it just now that it's, now everybody's trans. Now it's a big thing. And who the fuck is this? Is this the most famous trans person there is? Like, where did they come up with this dude?
Isn't it funny where like Black Lives Matter was really only for a couple months? Like every time the biggest thing to come out of 2020 is the trans movement. I feel like we had all this stuff about Black rights and how we're going to better the lives of Black people. We donated all this money to this Black Lives Matter. And by we, I mean, I didn't do it personally, but I used companies like, I was shocked at the list of companies.
A shell company,
dude.
Like FTX?
No, I did it to a company like Verizon. Like I was just paying my cell phone bill and finding out, they donated $1 million. It's like, why is my bill $190 and you guys have $1 million to give away to a charity that went to just buying people's houses, and not even like multiple houses for black people. That actually wouldn't be a terrible charity. Hey, we raise money, we buy houses for black families.
Shit on. Put that shit on.
Thank you, Gino's Vacuum. The problem with Black Lives Matter is they were just raising money to buy 3 houses. Like, that was it. It was the 3 founders. They were making some serious cash, and they weren't helping out any other black people other than them 3 black people. So, and even air in my lungs, like, there's a bunch of trans people at my college, and that's also what's kind of, like, odd now is just, like, and I brought this up, I think even Bill Maher brought this up, how, the trans movement is really big in liberal areas. So when you look at the number of young kids that are getting into this movement, it is like the West Coast and the East Coast, and then the middle of America, like, it's not there. So where they're trying to say, like, well, either we're repressing everything, like, that's why there's shootings in Nashville now, is because the state is repressing trans rights. Like, they're trying to find how come the numbers aren't the same in everywhere else. It's because here we don't rub it in your face all the time. Thank you, Gino's Vacuum. Thank you for the Deanna spell. I wasn't wrong. We've all been corrected. Deanna was right. So I think that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. And like for Bud Light, it's just marketing. That post was liked by 133,000 non-Bud Light drinkers, I assume. I assume that a lot of trans people or gay people aren't big Bud Light connoisseurs.
But why? Why? Were they transphobic before? Now they're not?
I was talking to this guy at the gym today who was telling me he's boycotting Bud Light. And I was even like, I don't know, isn't it the most redneck beer of all the beers? Even Coors, which is in Colorado.
Come on, bro.
Well,
Natty Light.
So he even brought up Rolling Rock, dude. Which it could Rolling Rock
Fucking
till I die.
Blue Ribbon, bro.
I did bring up PBR, and I was like, but I don't want to drink PBR. And Huge asked in the chat, Blue Ribbon is like, yeah, air in my lungs, PBR. I guess I'm
remember they had a $2.32.
Geno's Vacuum says, glad I quit drinking.
Geno's Vacuum doesn't even drink anymore. That was my other thing in all of this, because I was like, I had that moment of like, what would Jesus
do? This is it. This is the reason. This is why you stopped.
What would Jesus do? And then I was like, well, Jesus wouldn't even drink beer. He would turn like wine.
Switch to wine.
Yeah, I could just drink wine going forward. I could find a nice wine that I like. So Michelob in the chat, they're owned by Anheuser-Busch. So, it's like, where do I draw this line? Because we had this conversation. There's this church podcast that I do listen to where they talked about like Target. There's these companies that will do like they fund the abortions for their employees. So am I not allowed to shop at Target anymore because they're directly funding the murdering of unborn lives? So you kind of have to like, how far do I take this? Where do I go? I don't know, dude.
It's the same thing with like, the cobalt mines for all the batteries. So you're complaining about slave labor on your iPhone that's made with slave labor. Like, we live in America. No matter wherever the fuck you go, it's connected to something fucked up. So we're kind of, unless you're gonna go be Ted Kaczynski and live in the woods and grow your own food and kill your own animals, you're getting fucked.
And then this is
You're
from
in the system, bro.
This is from a Monica on air. Monica Matthews. Dear red-blooded American biological men, are you okay drinking from a beer can with a disembodied man, mocking the struggles and achievements of biological females? At Bud Light, hashtag boycott Bud. That does make it sound worse. Like, because I do look a lot of like. There's an damn it! I'm never gonna find this video. I watched some video of like a guy in Canada who just looks like me and you, who was like, I'm going to do powerlifting, and he just benches 370 super easily.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
smashed all the records.
It's just a guy. Like, it's not even like, because, sometimes they'll say like the dude who was on like Team New Zealand, that was clearly a dude that was trans now. Mm-hmm. And like, but at least you could tell like maybe there was a surgery or there was an attempt to look feminine. I mean, this guy looked like Buff Bagwell.
Well,
there was no
the
attempt.
rules, dude. I saw the details, the rules of that powerlifting federation in Canada. Literally, it's like all you have to do is tell them you're a woman. That's it.
That's it.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to have background check. You don't have to have your dick cut off. Just say you're a woman. You're in, dude.
Yeah, because
day of the competition. You know what? I woke up today. I'm feeling like a woman.
Feeling womanly today, and you can't tell me otherwise because that's the rules that you've set up. Yeah, bearded powerlifter smashes women's records, smashed them, stacked them, pinned them. Bearded powerlifter smashes the women's record. Transgender athletes are a controversial and divisive topic, and a recent event in Canada added more fuel to the fire. The New York Post reported that a bearded male powerlifter, Avi Silverberg, identified as a woman to enter the Heroes Classic. That's how he says it. Classic.
The Heroes Classic.
The Classic in Lethbridge, Alberta. Silverberg proceeded to lift almost 370 pounds, shattering the Alberta record of 275. And that's for women, because when I first saw this article, I was like, 270 doesn't seem like that much. And I was like, because I could bench 315. And I'm like, oh, this is women. But also, yeah. I'd like to point this out. The previous record holder was also a trans person. Silverberg performed.
Who was very upset about it.
Yeah, Anne Andress had to sit there and watch, which is kind of hilarious. Like, you're just sitting there as a trans person. Like, I was the first trans person, and now this dude with a beard shows up to fucking smash all your records. Is the video here? I don't want to mess up the whole screen. Doge!
Dude, have you listened to Rogan lately?
No, I have not. You know what? When I did go back and kind of listen to a little bit was some fucking propaganda you tried to get me to support about how deadlifting is bad.
Deadlifting is bad, but
no, that guy was wrong.
Schellenberger was on last.
Oh, I love
week.
Schellenberger. He's been on a few times. He is the perfect embodiment of why I hate California. Like, he just goes, thank you so much, Reevy. Like, he just goes through the way they treat homeless people like they're heroes, and it's no, they're just drug addicts who live on the street and take advantage of the government.
So he gave me some hope today with this shit, because I finally finished his episode. He's saying in Europe, they're starting to shut this shit down because in the chat, who said it? I don't know. Somebody said that there's a correlation between transgendered people and autism, which they're starting to find that these highly influenced people who don't feel comfortable in their bodies are being transitioned. And in Europe, they're starting to shut down clinics and make it a fucking crime.
Just think of that sentence. I was born in the wrong body. Just think of how that sounds. It just doesn't sound that just sounds so
not possible.
Not only not possible, but just you have so not an understanding of the world at that point. If you're well, obviously this dick is not supposed to be here. That should be the least of your worries on most of your days.
I would be fine. Just say, I don't like the body I was born in.
Look at my.
I was born in the wrong body. Confident, what the fuck was supposed to happen. Just say, you know what? I want to be a woman.
Yeah, just say you want to be a woman. I'm way more okay with that. I don't like the denial of just that sentence. It always kind of irks me where they just say I was born in the wrong body. It's how do you know? What? How do you have some greater knowledge than all science and all nature? Does any other species do? Never mind. They're right in the chat. This is transphobic. But here we have some advancements. Team Canada powerlifting. Let's see what happens. Because when I saw this, I just thought, isn't this is what South Park said would kind of happen? Because we're having more and more issues of defining what a woman is. And not me and you.
I still gotta watch that documentary, dude.
But even just think of that. What is a woman? And then the answer is, well, whoever identifies as a woman is a woman. Well, what are they identifying as? A woman. Well, what is a woman? It's just this circular conversation where nobody can identify what they are. If I identify as a squirrel, look at them, all or her down to the chest.
It, man.
Perfect.
No claps.
No claps. Just warming up.
Crushed the all-time record by 100 pounds. And just,
bearded lady. And then, of course...
I would have worn a bra on the outside of my singlet just because.
And then the person walking across... Right, so sorry, podcasters, but this person right here that I'm circling, this is the previous record holder. So also, born a man, pretty large figure. And, Anne Andress had a front row view. And then it even says, @icons_women is the Twitter account that I'm on. It says that... Silverberg mocked the discriminatory CPU policy by also unofficially breaking the women's record. How is that unofficial though? That's what is the real difference? Do you have to go through any sort of surgery? Do you have to try and change how you look? Because maybe this Avi Silverberg does feel more like a woman than comparatively to a man. There's no way to prove either side of that.
I think they're just saying unofficially just because they don't like it. I'm pretty sure it's official. Well, that's what people don't get though. Like powerlifting, it's like boxing. Like there's a million different federations. Like
Sure.
the heavyweight champion of the world is the heavyweight champion in like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And unifies the belt. Like there's a million fucking powerlifting federations.
Yeah, this looks like this would be USA powerlifting, but
no, it's Canada, bro.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like on this Twitter profile that I'm on, it does like they tag USA powerlifting on it for some reason. Like I guess they need to know. They tag IOC Media, USA Powerlifting, Zuby Music. He's a rapper. I know who that is. He's kind of woke. I wonder why he's plugged into this. Leah Christina is another person that's a powerlifting North American deadlift record holder and sober athlete. # Save Women's Sports. So I guess maybe it is like maybe they're on the. I always mix up the woke side because I feel like the conservatives who are anti whatever's being pushed, they're woke. But no, we're slept, right? We're sleeping. Yeah. Me and Zuby, we're sleeping because we want to save women's sports. There's a difference. I'm sorry. Being a woman is more than just like I feel more feminine today. Like I want to wear makeup. It's not what a woman is. You can be a guy and wear makeup. That is your
Buffalo Bill.
That's your prerogative. Trans male athlete Ann Andress was born female. Interesting. See, I never know even the language or the phrasing. That's air in my lungs trying to correct my mistakes. However, I think I'm still right on that. But
wait, she was born a female, transitioned to a male?
I think Ann Andress was born a man. That's
what I thought too. But
yeah.
even so, if she was a woman transitioned to a male, she gets to do steroids while nobody else gets to.
Well,
that's not fair.
Yeah, I know. It kind of is like it's a natural version of steroids. And then I wanted to.
Have you seen all the interviews of Lia Thomas's teammates coming out lately?
Oh yeah. It's because it's
just like I turned around and his dick was hanging out, covered up.
Oh, I didn't see that one, but I know I've only read stuff. So are they coming out like because we read?
There's one main chick that I've seen everywhere where she's like, I think she was the best, and then he came on the team and just demolished her and ruined her fucking.
And we brought that story up
career.
back months ago when people were talking about seeing Lia Thomas's penis in the locker room. Yeah, like
the other one though was they tied in a swim meet, and this is one of the good stories I heard her tell. She's like, "Okay, we went to the back. We're both standing there. The judges came up to us. They're like, okay, you guys tied, but Lia gets the trophy." And she's like, "Why?" Like, just because she does. There's only one trophy. You both win, but she gets the trophy like for the pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And she was like, "The fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah. Well,
and it was just all PR. Like they had to have her have the trophy.
All of it is, and that's why when people are like, "There's no agenda," dude, so much agenda. So he's an arrogant cheat. ESPN condemned for honoring Lia Thomas. Lia Thomas is not brave. This is all from, what is this? This is from thecollegefix.com. Former University of Kentucky swimmer Riley Gaines. I think that's the one that you were talking about. I think she's been the one that's kind of been coming out the most. This was her tweet that kind of got the whole thing started. Lia Thomas is not a brave, courageous woman who earned, all caps, a national title. He is an arrogant cheat who stole, all caps, a national title from a hardworking, deserving woman. The @NCAA is responsible. If I was a woman working at ESPN, I would walk out. You're spineless at ESPN. #boycott. Dude, a lot of boycotts happening right now.
We run out of time on Zoom right now?
Yeah, we got 10 more minutes, which we'll keep it.
How is that possible?
Because Zoom sucks now. They've gone corporate.
It's a half an hour now? Not an hour?
No, it's still 40. It's always been 40 minutes.
And I just sent you a link for a short on YouTube that explains the trophy story in like 30 seconds.
But and you sent it on Zoom? I gotta figure out.
No, on Trovo.
Okay, thank goodness, because I was like, how am I going to find stuff on there? I'm never going to find anything. So just to keep going, Lia Thomas is not brave. I already read that tweet. Thomas previously swam against male athletes at the University of Pennsylvania before taking hormone drugs and switching to female competition. Thomas graduated from Penn in 2022. So that's the tweet that's kind of getting out there. And then you sent me this short that kind of goes into that a little bit more, explains the trophy story.
But we go back there and the official looks at me and Lia. We're about this far apart. And he says, "Great job. You guys tied. Lia gets the trophy." And so I look at him and I say, "Okay, I understand we tied and I understand there's one trophy, but what's your thought process as to why Lia gets the trophy?" And he said, well, for photo purposes, Lia has to have the trophy. So you can pose with this one, but you go home empty-handed. Lia takes the trophy. Of course, I knew what was happening was wrong, or the disadvantage that we were at. And I knew what was happening in regards to the locker room, being forced to undress in front of a fully intact biological male. I knew that was wrong. But when the NCAA reduced everything that I had dedicated my entire life to, I've been swimming since I was 4 years old. Everything that I have dedicated my entire life to, I was reduced to a photo op to validate the identity of a male. And that's when I decided to take a public stance.
Yeah, and like that's the biggest part of this whole thing is, think of these women. And I've even got into conversation, Hughie, listen, you get nothing. Good day, sir. Like, it's exactly what they told her. Like, she wins this trophy. It's like, you get nothing. Good day, sir. Like, that's a perfect example of, like, you work really hard. You do your, like, you work really hard. You make
it all the way to Willy Wonka's factory.
Yeah. You get all the way through the entire tour. You're like the only one who gets all the way through, and you get nothing. And I do think that sucks for a lot of these female athletes because, that's bullshit. And you get nothing. I just want to hear it real quick.
Does he get it?
He doesn't.
Section 37B of the contract signed by him, it states quite clearly that all offers shall become null and void if, and you can read for yourself in this photostatic copy, I, the undersigned, shall forfeit all rights, privileges, and licenses herein
to my trophy,
herein contained, etc., etc., fax mentis incendium gloria culpum, etc., etc., memo bis puniter delicatum. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be washed and sterilized, so you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Dude, that's what they told her. They were like, dude, you're a great swimmer, but you lose. You get nothing. Like, that's all. Like, how do you not? Like, if you're a female athlete and even a feminist, I've had conversations with, I'll always bring up at work when I had the feminists get upset that J.K. Rowling like came out against transgender people, just saying like, well, men are men and women are women. And my coworker who is a feminist was saying how annoying that was. And I was like, how are you a feminist and not understanding that men are just going to be the best women ever? We're going to take over. Dylan Mulvaney is going to be woman of the year. We already had a dude win like a Miss America pageant. We had Caitlyn Jenner won female of the year.
Dude just won the powerlifting competition.
Yeah, we have the new we have dudes have the record for powerlifting in Canada. Like, all of these things are just they should be such red flags to feminists. Like, no, if you're a woman or at least a biological female, you're going to have a very unique and special life. Now, again, we support all of our trans listeners here at Hashtags and Headlines, but we want to throw it out there that you're going to go through menopause. You're going to have your first period. I'll never do that. You're going to birth children. You're going to have milk that comes out of your breast. There's so many things that come unique to being a female that a man or even a trans person will never be able to experience. So when I hear feminists side with the trans movement and they try and say, well, how annoying is J.K. Rowling for thinking that men are men and women are women? But if you're a female, why do you support women more than men then? There shouldn't be a difference in your head to which either one is, because anyone can just be whichever one they want.
Yeah, I know a lot of feminists that don't support it, luckily, but I think Tyler's got a great point. Let's just let men into the WNBA and then it'll be watchable again.
We'd smash that shit. Well, would it be? Because like no one wants to watch that ball. It's a little smaller. It's like they need to lower the hoop. We got to lower that hoop. I know women hate it.
Dude. Lower the hoop, shorten the 3-point line, make the 3-point line a 4-point line for them. Let's do it.
I know that WNBA players get so offended when you want to lower.
That's what we need, the 4-point line so that they can actually score over like 80 points a game, dude.
Gosh, I wish it was like a quick video, but there should be compilations of just the WNBA players.
Oh, we've watched it before. Because that's the most I've ever watched the WNBA at one time.
I love watching WNBA stuff. And people at work
missed 10-point jumpers and missed layups and not even hitting the rim from the 3-point line.
It would really just help so many things. So our boy Kid Rock, I like Kid Rock's music. I always bring this up, and I get a lot of weird faces.
One of the best concerts we've ever been to.
I've seen him 2 times live. He is fantastic. He was my... Thank you, Rizzo. He's one of the. Hold on. Good drink. He's one of these. Like my first CD that I ever owned was "Devil Without a Cause." I got 2 CDs for my birthday in 1998. I think it was "Devil Without a Cause" by Kid Rock and "28 Teeth" by Buck-09. So I was all in on this Kid Rock. I was like, dude, I love this. I remember my mom didn't know what it was. And she got me the Kid Rock CD, and then she was watching some music show, and he was playing piano, and she's like, oh, this is pretty nice. And then Joe C came out, and it was amazing. There was fire, and Joe C was, 3 foot tall with a 10-foot dick. Like, it was this amazing performance that she did not realize that was the CD she bought me. She did buy me the edited version, because, Walmart. Do they still do that? I remember that was a big thing. Like they really.
I don't know.
Yeah, like you can get.
When's
the
last time you
CD.
bought a CD?
Oh, it's been a very long time. Probably the John Cena album that I have signed. Let's see. This is CNN telling us the story. I think. Let me see. But Kid Rock.
This month I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever: a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how.
I hate when CNN does this kind of shit. Like. So, yeah, they have on the screen and now transgender influencer got Bud Light. Cheers. Oh, look. So people are legit, like, pouring out their Bud Light. I didn't see any of this stuff. So people were pouring out Bud Light. They have moved on from being fans of this beer, dude. Look at this. They're dumping Bud Light in the trash can. Michelob.
I don't see anything.
Oh, shit. My bad. I don't have it on the screen. No, it's up. It's up, everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Just blasting with the AR.
So yeah, this post caused some outrage on social media with calls to boycott the beer and its parent company, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, from our friends, the Real Men of Genius.
Oh, dude, we can't drink Stella anymore?
Stella's
That
Bud
sucks.
Light. I think even Corona. Like the people are shooting up Bud Light. Like this is the people are really upset. That's Kid Rock. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Kid Rock.
So. Like, I love Kid Rock, but I don't know.
What's he switching to, dude?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, what if you're a beer drinker that drinks Bud Light preferably, what do you switch to? Like
Miller Lite, dude.
Miller Lite is owned by Coors, though. Miller Coors, and Coors was the first ones to have the rainbow can. So
then fucking Corona.
Maybe that's it. I don't know if Mexicans play that shit.
No.
But yeah, Kid Rock, middle finger to the...
I mean, Corona took a hit during coronavirus, so we gotta get him back.
Have a terrific day.
Have a terrific day.
Dude, I always hear Joe Rogan talking about his replica White House on his property. Have you ever even seen pictures of it?
No. Why does he have that?
Have you not heard? Dude, it's like, just look it up. It's like almost actual size, and it has 1 bedroom in it. Everything else is a fucking party room. There's a bathroom completely made of gold so that people can take golden showers in it.
Why does Joe Rogan have this? Why does he want this?
No. Kid Rock has this.
Oh, dude. I was so lost in that story a little bit. We have less than 1 minute on Zoom, by the way. So why don't we
just call me right back? Take a break.
Let's take a disconnect real quick. End meeting for all. I like that it says that. And we will start a new meeting with Geezy. I think it's maybe because he's seeing my screen is what I'm assuming is happening here. Like once you... Oh my gosh, is it really good? I can't do another meeting right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, thank goodness. I was about to flip the fuck out. For those listening on the podcast, Geezy had a senior moment, and he made me switch to Zoom for tonight. So he has a replica of the White House when Joe Rogan detailed his visit with Kid Rock. But why? Why does Kid Rock have that? Does Kid Rock want to be president one day? Why would Kid Rock even bother? Keezy, why does Kid... So you...
I didn't have a fucking senior moment, bro.
Can you hear me still? How do you hear things?
I turned on the stream.
Oh, perfect. So you heard it right at that time.
So this is a general problem. I didn't realize I haven't done this yet. I got a new fucking iPhone.
Sweet.
I didn't transfer any of my fucking 2-factor authentication.
Oh, you're like that authenticator app? Didn't go with it?
The only things that I have left that I need to fix are Discord and fucking Best Buy, which Best Buy has been the biggest fucking pain in the ass. I'm not even going to use them anymore.
What were you using them for? Let's talk about old people. What do you
I have a Best Buy credit card, and I just go There's no electronics store in Salt Lake except for fucking Best Buy.
I think there's no electronic store. You can end your sentence there. Yeah, like it's just it's Best Buy's the only one. And even when I go there, like if I need an HDMI cable, they can go fuck themselves. Are you kidding
Amazon,
me?
bro.
Yeah, how do they think they're going to compete with Amazon? How do you have an HDMI cable made in China and try and sell it for $40? Like what is it? Why is this one better than the $8 one on the Zon?
Because they got to pay for the logistics, they got to pay for the building, they got to pay for all the employees, dude.
But so does the Zon. Like the Zon, when you break down Amazon and you look at their business model too, like they're paying for a delivery driver, they're paying for people in that warehouse, they're paying for trucks at this point, they're paying for fuel.
You're taking off the front end. Like it goes to Best Buy's distribution center. That's Amazon. Then Amazon goes to you. Best Buy goes to the storefront. And they got an employee that puts it on a fucking shelf. They have an employee that checks it out.
True.
They have an employee that unlocks it from the fucking case, depending on what city you're in and how ghetto it is.
Well, I understand like a 30% markup for everything that you just described, but like a 400% markup, like there's no way like these shitty, like anything like this little case that harnesses my AirPods right here, like this little guy right here. If I probably got this on Amazon for like $5 maybe. If you wanted a similar case at Best Buy, it's $20. So why?
Well, you're supporting slave labor. That's why.
That's probably well. So is Best Buy. They're getting it for cheap too. So someone is getting this landed in America for 8 cents.
Not even.
So now
probably like 50 cents.
So now it's up to them how much they're going to make off of this. So it's already landed. It's already in America. You're imagining Amazon's getting this to their warehouse, the same as Best Buy. So those costs are all the same. So somewhere from Amazon warehouse getting it from their warehouse, because I'm in Dallas, by the way. So there's a DC for all these companies. So you're saying that the warehouse from Amazon is going to get this to my door via their vans, direct delivery, and they're only marking it up. Let's say, let's just say that's a $5 margin. Now, for Best Buy, now I do agree it's probably there's more stores and they got to keep the prices even throughout most of their stores. So, depending on how many Best Buys are in my area, and then how many employees are working at those facilities, and like the money that they need to make off of something like this, they have to sell it for $20. Don't they make? Can't they be like? One thing that Amazon does is they know which products they make most of their money on. So like they need to like Best Buy should be like, hey, our TVs are where we make our money, because I'm not buying TVs off of. I mean, maybe people are buying TVs off of Amazon, but like when I need like a major appliance, that's when I'm going to a brick and mortar store. When I need an HDMI cable, if the brick and mortars could compete with online prices. Like why are washers and dryers the same price on Amazon as they are at Best Buy, but not these?
That's the thing, how no matter what, to deliver a fucking washer and dryer is going to cost money.
Yeah.
You can't just put it in some person's front seat and throw it at your doorstep.
On episode 1794 of the JRE, Rogan talked about meeting up with Kid Rock at the luxurious Nashville house. He stated the surprise of seeing a replica White House at a lavish property. So he has it's bigger than the real deal. The 54-year-old guest, Monty Franklin, he said so they have the gigantic structure. Why? But why? Why does he have it? He has a replica of the White House.
America, bro.
It's quite bigger than the actual White House. It's quite a bit bigger. It has 2 bedrooms and it's about 27,000 square feet. The rest of the house is just a party.
27,000 square feet, 2 bedrooms.
Why does he just have a fucking party?
I went to Kid Rock's house in Nashville, and he has a replica of the White House built on his property in Nashville. It is a massive house that he's building. It's quite a bit bigger than the actual White House.
Oh,
it's quite a bit bigger. Yeah, the real White House is pretty small.
Does he have an Oval Office and everything? And
no, it's way better than that.
Wow.
It is 2 bedrooms. It's about 27,000 square feet. It has 2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
It has a guest bedroom, and it has his main bedroom. The rest of the house is just
party. Really?
He has a gold elevator in the center of the house. And he goes, and the construction worker was like, ew. The construction was like, well, a lot of people like to hide their elevators. He's like, fuck that. He goes, I want people coming over my house like, Kid Rock's got a fucking gold elevator.
Right.
He has a steam room He has like a jacuzzi room that is fucking as big as the studio. It's an enormous jacuzzi room, but it's built like an old underground mine. So you have like exposed beams and lanterns, like old timey lanterns that are hanging.
Unreal.
Oh, it's sick.
Well, why does he have this? Is it just because he's Kid Rock? Like he's got the money.
He's Kid Rock. He's American, dude.
He's
got
just
a White House that he parties in, bro.
Just a party White House all the time.
You're telling me you wouldn't want to go there?
No, I would definitely. I would be there 100%. I would be back. I would be back
Go
on
have
the
some Weinekens with those French fries.
I would be back on the boycotting shit train. Like if Kid Rock was like, "Hey, we're boycotting this, but if you boycott this with me, you can come hang out at my White House." I'd be like, "Let's fucking do it, bro. I'll boycott whatever you want, man." So yeah, maybe he has a point, like to have something like that. I just can't imagine like that's fuck you money, right? That's when you have so much money when you just decide. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a replica fucking White House. So, Geezy, before we go, because we are getting close to our time up. A lot of people like that we talked some finance last time, so we'll probably do that more in the future.
He hate me Seshi's floor probably looks like Gino's.
Oh, let's hope not. I hope it's not.
Oh, dude, I didn't tell you. I'm going back to college. I have an international business class this semester, so we can talk a lot of shit.
Why are you going to college again?
Parts made in Japan says Gino run in time.
So one thing that I was kind of discussing with my boss recently was like, when is the perfect age to go to college? Because I think I mentioned this on here already, but he was talking about how college is the time to like find yourself and really become an adult. And I was like, no, college is where you like learn to be an engineer. Like what? No, like I think that's the difference in mindsets. Like now that I'm 30 and have $50,000 in debt that I'm never going to pay back.
Oh, you will, because they're going to dock your Social Security.
Well, if they can have that, my Robinhood accounts are. We're going to be okay. So like the way I look at it is, now that I'm 32 years old and now that I kind of know which job I have my job, I have my career and I like it. I know which side hustles I like doing. Now I'm ready to go to school. Like now I feel like I'm completely ready to go to school. And I think the idea of like fresh out of high school, you've never even done a job yet. Like that's a bad time to go to school because you are just so new to the world. And you don't know anything, dude. Like you don't know shit. So, like that was one thing. Like so, now that you're in your mid-30s, now
I am actually in my mid-30s. I turned 35 in March.
There you go, dude. You hit it. I was gonna say like you're right there. So like that's perfect. It's perfect for now. It's the time to go back. What made you want to do international business? What does that mean?
It's a class. Okay.
Just one class? Did you sign up for like an Andrew Tate, like alpha class?
No, I'm going to Salt Lake Community, dude. But I've gone to college for probably
a while, right?
6 years.
Yeah.
Total. I went to Cal Poly full time, no job, 3 to 4 classes a quarter for like 3 years. I went to Mount Sac multiple years. And I don't have an associate's degree.
You sound like everyone from our area. Like everybody went to just like, oh yeah, I went to Citrus and Mount Sac and Laverne. Like everybody went to like 6 colleges and got no degree.
So I have so many credits. They allowed me to be a general studies associate's degree.
Hey.
And I have to take more classes than I need to graduate just to have enough credits at the school to say I graduated from there.
Yeah. Like here.
If I didn't need 15 credits to graduate, I would be done the first semester that I go.
So I went to DeVry, which, people can laugh at it for what it is. It is an accredited university. It's not a trade school, everybody. It was very expensive. I don't regret going there. I regret going to college, so it's not DeVry's fault. But going there.
You went to Cal State LA for a while, didn't you?
I did. I went for like a year. Yeah, a year and some change. The one thing
remember you just used to chain smoke cigarettes.
Oh, I was a big smoker. It was great. It was an hour drive there and an hour drive home. So it was like 4. So when I started going to school there, it was like 2 cigarettes on the way there and 2 cigarettes on the way home. And then it was like 2 cigarettes on the way there, 10 cigarettes while I was on campus and 5 cigarettes on the way home. Like I just the whole pack a day thing becomes very realistic when you start like when you really have the time to do it. If you're just driving for an hour in LA traffic, that's why everybody. I remember being in LA, and people like smoked. Like it was still smoking wasn't banned in like Los Angeles. It's only banned in the suburbs where we're from. Like there's ashtrays and shit everywhere if you're out in LA. So. But yeah, I went to Cal State LA for like a year. One thing that always bugged me about that was the school was overcrowded. It was just they were letting everybody into college that they wanted to. So I was in like English classes, like peer reviews and stuff. I was paired up with people that didn't speak English. So to them, this was like English class. Like, how do I learn to speak English? and for me, it was like. I thought I was going to be like studying literature or, I was going to be learning to spell complex words or write complex essays. Like, no, I was grading the papers. That was the real test. How well do you know English?
It was an ESL class.
Can you teach it? How well do you know English? Can you teach it to these people who don't know it? And then I hated, like, I was in a lot of drama classes because it was Cal State LA. So, like, I think a majority of the students there are drama students. So, like, all the English classes were full one semester, so they put me in playwriting because they were like, well, it'll satisfy your English credit. So I was in a playwriting class, which was like...
Did you write a play?
I wrote 2 plays. Yeah, I wrote a play about like 2 guys falling out of a plane to their death and, like, the conversation. Nice. Yeah, it was like a 1-act play. It was like 3 minutes. It was like 2 dudes, like, just the things you think about as you're dying.
Well, it depends on how high did they fall from.
Yeah, it was a 3-minute fall. Okay, it wasn't like it was the moon jump from Red Bull, and yeah, I echo the chat. Vleeties sounds so well, yeah, that's how I felt. And even so, yeah, I did the playwriting stuff, which I hated, and that's just Cal State LA was so much like. Even my next English class was dramatic reading, and I just thought, why am I in this class where I'm trying to memorize 7 pages of a book? Like, why? Like that sucks. So Cal State LA was trash, and then my mom kind of gave me the ultimatum, like, you either pay rent or you go to school. So I just was like, well,
yikes.
I didn't want to go to school, but I didn't want to pay rent. So the lesser of 2 evils was to get a business degree. So I got a business degree. And now looking back, yeah, like, why did I get a business degree? Like, I should have studied something that was more practical. I probably should have just paid rent. I probably should have just...
But a business degree is practical. What do you mean? You can get into any business.
But there's no job that's called business. Like, you can get a business... You can go to... Like, my job, you don't have to have a degree for. And if you become good enough and get the years of experience... Now, maybe if I ever wanted to move into, like, a management position, there might be, you need a business degree for that. But just to, like, get where you want to go, like, even now, like, I would need a degree on, like, healthcare administration to advance to where I want to go. And I didn't.
Ladies, you sound like women right now. Okay.
Yeah. Look at.
Are not asking for the right fucking jobs for the degree that you have. I am a vice president, and I don't have an associate's degree, brother.
I like that guy who
get more, not take 75% of what other people get, and fucking grow some balls.
Yeah, even I echo in the chat, like, now hiring business. Like, I always I always applaud people that are like, yeah, I went to become an aerospace engineer. It's like, good for you. Like, you knew which job you wanted and you did, like, the class that got you to that job.
I still don't know what job I want. Fuck.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem. Like, even for me, like, if I do study healthcare administration to move up in my own company, I don't even know if that would work. I'd probably have to bounce around.
Do you even want to do that?
Yeah, I like so honestly, what I want to do is I kind of want to go back and learn more about investing. Like, I don't know what short selling is. I don't know what options trading is.
This ends badly.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, looking back at high school, the main course that I took the most away from was economics. Mr. Ward as my economics teacher. Micro. Yeah, micro. I like learning. I really enjoyed learning about budgeting, and I learned, I enjoyed the ideas of supply and demand and opportunity cost benefit analysis. Like, all of that stuff I learned in high school was practical, and I kept with me forever. I don't remember what a Pythagorean theorem is. I can't remember what I'd even say
Pythagorean?
Let alone use it in a sentence.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared, dude.
Nobody knows
area of a triangle,
what it means.
I agree. Honestly, macro econ was my favorite class that I had a couple. Public speaking, I fucking absolutely hate, but it was the best teacher I've ever had in my life.
Sure.
And he made it fun. And then The most I ever learned was taking a basic English class in fucking college.
Oh, I took a
That's
professional
where I
writing
learned
course.
like what a noun was.
Noun in college. You didn't learn it from like Schoolhouse Rock. You were
The guy
waiting.
who taught it was not first language English.
Oh, so he was like the students I was working with. Like you had to teach them. Did you ever watch that Netflix series that not Trump? It's called Dirty Money. It's like a series of Netflix like documentaries, and they did one on Trump, and I watched it, and it is a bunch of all of my politically correct listeners. I'm going to say this: it's a bunch of libtards who are like who are really upset with Trump when this thing came out in like 2020, and they were trying to talk about how the idea of Trump being like a good businessman is almost like a fabrication that like he is sold to the people and everyone's just buying it. Like that's kind of what they were trying to say about his entire like business career. And part of me agrees with a lot of things they're saying, like, oh, he could have been the king of Atlantic City and he ruined it. Like they try and really paint him in this evil light. And all I want to say to them as I'm watching this thing is like, but he still is around. Like you guys keep talking about his failures. There's obviously some wins that you're leaving out because he's still around. Like even the guy, the most annoying one is they have.
He hate me says turning $1 million into $1 billion takes skill.
And they have these people like they have people that used to work with him, and they have people that that he's wronged. Like there's people that he's just wronged, and they're in this documentary as well. And I
think there isn't any person in the world that's made over $1 million that hasn't wronged somebody.
Well, and that's the frustrating thing for me in this documentary is like people just need to see it because I know it's been years, but the way they're trying to paint him as this villain and like this failed businessman is all like for me over the people from The Apprentice were the most annoying thing. They were like, we had to fix up his office. It was so dirty. We had to do this and this and this to make him seem more appealing. And we had to make him do this. And it's like, yes, you guys went to him though, because you knew this was the guy you needed to get. And then they're talking about you thought he would have a better looking office. Maybe he's more worried about making money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he's not worried about how his fucking counters look, guy.
Donald Trump or hate him, the brand is powerful.
Trump University took in close to $50 million.
Now, Trump University does seem like a fucking sham. But I bring, what's his name? Andrew Tate does these things. Like, whenever you have somebody who's just selling you a course and they're not like an accredited university, it is really like, don't give your money. Like, that's why we have colleges, so you don't do this kind of stuff. Like,
or going to eventually write a book. Just wait for the book.
He profits off his name to the detriment of the public.
The intersection between the Trump brand and federal government. It's the complete monetization of the presidency.
Yeah, that guy hates Donald Trump. Like so many of these people do. Like, I mean, they pulled some great people with these stories about how awful it was. But the Trump U people, a lot of that is your fault. I always feel like every time I listen to like CoffeeZilla break down these scams that these people run, where it's like, yeah, hey, sign up for my course and you're going to become the greatest salesman of all time. And then you spend $3,000, and then 6 weeks after the course is over, they're like, hey, if you're struggling with your sales, don't worry. We have the advanced class now, and it's only one.
That's why people are fucking retarded. They don't get that they're shooting all these videos in their classes, driving their Ferrari because you're the one fucking paying.
You're paying the Ferrari, bro.
They're making the money from the U, not from what they fucking did that they're telling you.
It's crazy. So Trump.
What's going on with Trump, dog?
Yeah, I was just about to. You're good at this. That's where I was about to go with this. Yeah,
because I don't even know. I just saw the headlines: 34 felonies.
So he was indicted, and I think a lot of it is
indicted.
Oh, dude, Trump indicted.
You ever seen that one?
The Trump indicted is vague, though. Let me point this out, okay? I don't want you to fret. I know everyone's been fretting.
I'm not worried.
Well, and that's the other thing is like it's clearly.
If he goes to jail, he's just gonna be more popular.
That's what I think. Like, I don't know what this strategy is of like the people that like him. If you keep doing this stuff, it's what makes us like him more.
Can you run as president if you have pending felony charges?
Yeah. So everyone's already looked into that. You can be a felon. You could have murdered someone 10 years ago and still run for president.
Fuck yeah.
It's not like a bank loan. The Trump
Can you be elected president while actively in jail?
I wonder. Well, we voted for Harambe, and he was a dead gorilla, so who knows who we get. We can vote for whatever we want.
You voted for Kanye, and he's a He doesn't like Jewish people.
Dude, he loves everybody though. That's kind of what his. So for those who watched that interview, that was the joke I think Kanye was trying to make, was that he looks so much like I'm looking through the eyes of Jesus, as far as like, well, he does, like, the Bible doesn't like gay people, but it doesn't say to actively be against them. So like there's this view of like, how do we be nice to everyone? You gotta love
everybody.
I love everyone. My Starbucks around the corner says choose kindness. Trans Awareness Day was March 31st or some shit. So I think it was, right? But so the indictment provides little explanation of what the crime is, leaving some election lawyers scratching their heads. So this is from Robert Kellner. He's an election lawyer. He says, this appears to be a very weak aspect of the indictment and associated statement of facts, given how critical the intent to commit another crime elements is NYC's case. So they're thinking that because even like, so he's been charged with 34 felonies, and they employed that a law can turn a misdemeanor into a felony if the misdemeanor took place while carrying out another crime. So they're like, this is layers upon layers of intent. We have to prove motive. So, like, we have a lot of steps that we're trying to do. So the indictment is surprisingly vague in articulating what the other crime is, though it certainly appears they are relying on an alleged federal campaign finance law violation. If that's the violation, Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, admitted to an interfederal case. As it appears to be so, it's an awfully thin reed to rely upon because Cohen's case itself was weak. This was in Kellner's view. That's what he says. So they're trying to figure out exactly, like, because I don't even fucking know. Apparently, this district attorney, he went through so he says that Trump went through great lengths to hide his conduct, causing dozens of false entries in business records to conceal criminal activity, including attempts to violate state and federal election laws. And of course, Trump just came out and like, I'm not guilty. And this is one of those things that they're going to have to prove. But I also think this is one of the ideas of maybe not necessarily Joe Biden, but just like Democrats. We need to have some sort of lawsuit happening because maybe it will deter like on the fence voters, because there's Republicans that don't like Trump. We know that they're out there. And they're trying to use this as maybe because Trump is going to win. I just think Trump would win. The way things are going right now in America, it just seems like we gotta have Trump in office. I think is kind of what they're thinking. So if we can get some sort of financial crime, I don't think they even think they can get him to go to jail. But if they just kind of create enough mud and sling it at him, we're gonna be fine.
We'll be fine, dude.
I think it's gonna work out.
Trump dog's gonna make it, bro.
Trump dog. So he's still ahead of DeSantis, by the way, right? Like people are saying DeSantis is.
According to Ayako, he's light years ahead at this point.
I think it's like 30. They were even saying like 30% in the polls or something. Like DeSantis checks every box, but he's just not Trump, bro. Wait your turn, DeSantis. We got one more session of the Trump talkie here.
Dude, he's got to suck it up, be vice president, and then he's a fucking shoo-in the next election.
Yeah, just be vice president, fix the economy, get rid of this agenda that we're all dealing with. And then we'll be fine. We can have the next 12 years kind of all mapped out. And by we, I mean Republicans. I'm not even a Republican. Christian first, okay? I need to switch my mindset. We are Christians first, and we like Donald Trump, okay? But we also support our country, and we will root for whoever is our current president. I also read something about Stormy Daniels and Donald Trump today, too. I thought that would kind of be tied in somewhere with this. But that was definitely one of the other things that had kind of popped up out of this, was that Stormy Daniels ended up having to, she had to pay Donald Trump. Let me see, Stormy Daniels, Donald Trump. Yeah, that was the other portion of this, was that Stormy's lawsuit was still kind of going on.
It's still going on?
Yeah. It was trending or something. Like, what happened between Stormy Daniels and Donald Trump? They're still trying to make it seem like there was hush money given to Stormy out of the campaign fund. Maybe that's where the illegal activity comes in. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, or does it? She was lying and she had to pay him for libel. So
no, I'm just saying, if it came out of the election fund, then that makes sense that they're trying to go after fucking election fraud. But
a little hush money on that front. So we covered it all, bro. This was a boycott episode. There was so many things that we were supposed to boycott. I'm not boycotting anything. I'm going with my mindset is just be kind. I'm going to choose kindness, just like Starbucks and Grapevine says. I'm going to drink my Bud Light, but not support the trans agenda. But if you are trans, hey, welcome home, brother. Let's read the word together. We gotta I'm trying to figure out how to toe this line. I'm gonna read this Bible more and get some answers.
That sounds good, dude. That's always just do that.
Did we leave anything off the table? I think we covered it all, right?
Oh, I think so. I'm going back to school. You're getting a Trump U university degree.
Signing up, getting my degree from there, dude. Why would I go to a university when Trump U is still active, I think? Or at least I can do Andrew Tate's.
Oh, yeah. You got to be the top G, bro.
Ayako says boycott Home Depot because the founder, who no longer has anything to do with the company, doesn't agree with gay marriage. That's true. Like, people did that.
Do it.
Like Jimmy John's, their founder killed a rhino. But those are franchise locations, so when you're boycotting Jimmy John's, you're just fucking some mom and pop who bought a sandwich thing. So Aaron My Lung says,
these
do an
people
impression.
are still going to Subway, bro.
That's Jared. Are you kidding me?
Kids.
Boycott. Aaron says, do an impression. Wait until me and Gino start talking. There's going to be impressions to be had. Okay, I've been told by several that I re-listen my Jim Ross impression from a couple weeks ago all the time, And there's some asshole on his couch at home saying they know how to fall. Give me a break. Dude, amazing. Aaron's like, when is that? It's right after this. Gino is in the green room right now. He is finishing up his sandwich. Brought to you by Jimmy John's. Please support your local Jimmy John's. Their franchise, not owned by the corporate person. Geezy, I love you, my friend. Hughie listens says cornet voice. What's my cornet? The Bud Light cans are fucking putting a transgender person on them. Okay, let me go to break. Let me get some water. We will do. I didn't talk any Angels baseball. Good point. Mike fucking Trout.
What's there to talk about?
Anthony Rendon took a fucking swing at a fan in the stands. You're getting paid $240 million. 240. Why are you swinging at some fucking idiot in the fucking stands? What is wrong with you? And Kyrie killed the Mavs. I think we're officially eliminated. Dude, sports is over. Okay, Angels, baby. Ayako says Angels will never win a playoff game. They're going to win the World Series this year. Fucking 4-1.
Not in our lifetime.
I'm not even checking the score. I know they're winning right now. Rangers look good, but they're getting their ass kicked by the Orioles right now. Last time I checked. Okay, thank you, everybody. You've been more than helpful. You've been more than wonderful. In the meantime and in between time, keep listening to hashtags and headlines right here on the Vleeties feed. And I'll be right back with my man Sonic_Chino, because it's Vleeties Night in America. Thank you so much, Ricardio. It is Vleeties Night in America here on Trovo.live/Vleeties. I'll be right back with Sonic Gino. Thank you, Geezy.
Love you, bud.
Love you, dude.